Welcome everybody. We have a system here. X squared negative 4 is equal to square root of x positive 4. We expect it to solve. Now clearly on the right side it is a square root function. So that would mean clearly x squared negative 4 should be greater than or equal to 0. Now because of this fact, what I would like to do is I would like to be squaring both sides. So this is going to give me x squared negative 4 raised to the power of 2 is equal to x positive 4. So clearly you can see the degree of this particular equation is going to be 4. And we are expected to solve this. Now what I wish to do is I would like to expand the left hand side. So if I were to expand this, this is going to give me x raised to the power of 4. I'm using a negative b raised to the power of 2 formula. So that's the reason I would be getting this. Followed by negative 2 times x squared times 4 times positive 4 squared. Now on the right hand side I've got x positive 4. So let me bring the terms to the left hand side. So it's going to be negative x negative 4 is equal to 0. Now if you were to see, this is a quartic equation. It means degree 4 in x, but I would not be approaching it in x. I will be introducing a new variable, and then through that variable I will solve the system, and subsequently I will retrace the system to x. So that's the idea here. So for that, what I wish to do is I would like to let the quantity 4 be equal to t. So this would mean 4 squared is equal to t squared. So this is the introduction of the new variable. So this system can be rewritten as x to the power of 4 negative 2 times x squared times t positive 4 squared, so it's going to be t squared. Negative x stays as it is, and then in place of 4 I'm going to introduce t. This is equal to 0. Okay, fair enough. Now I would like to club these two together and then rewrite this entire system in t. So I start off with t squared followed by negative, I've got a negative 2x squared t and a negative t. So I would like to take the negative sign out. I would like to take t out, and then if I were to do that inside the parenthesis, I would have 2 times x squared. 2 times x squared times negative t would give me negative 2x squared t. That's fine. And followed by, I need to get this negative t, so that would mean place a positive 1. So that's fine. So I have placed this t squared and I've got rid of 2x squared t and negative t. So all that is remaining is x to the power of 4 and a negative x. So just place those values. X to the power of 4 negative x is equal to 0. So this is actually a quadratic in t. Now let me just calculate b squared negative 4ac. So from this system, if I were to take the value for a is going to be 1, my b is going to be negative of 2 times x squared positive 1, and my c is going to be x to the power of 4 negative x. So let me calculate b squared negative 4ac using these values. So this is going to be, I'm squaring this quantity, so it's going to be 2 times x squared positive 1 raised to the power of 2 negative 4 times a is 1 and my c is x to the power of 4 negative x. Now if I were to expand this, this is going to give me 4 times x squared positive 4 times x squared positive 1 negative, just to distribute the quantity 4 for this quantity x to the power of 4 negative x, and that would give me negative 4 times x to the power of 4 positive 4 times x. So this is actually degree 4 there, right? So clearly you can see that 4x to the power of 4 and negative 4x to the power of 4 gets cancelled, giving me 4 times x squared positive 4x positive 1. Now what is this? This is nothing but 2 times x positive 1 raised to the power of 2. You expand this, you get the first term followed by the second term and followed by the third term. So that is b squared negative 4ac. Now why did I take b squared negative 4ac? Because I know the quadratic system as a formula, negative b plus or minus root of b squared negative 4ac divided by 2 times a. So that is the reason I first evaluated this quantity. So now if I were to take the square root of this, I would be having the following. So t would take the first value, so it's going to be negative of negative, that's going to be 2 times x squared positive 1, plus if I were to take the square root of this quantity, that's going to give me 2 times x positive 1 divided by 2 times 1. This is one value for the positive side. So let me evaluate this. So this is going to give me 2 times x squared positive 1 positive 2 times x positive 1 divided by 2. Now if I were to simplify, this is 2x squared 2x positive 2 divided by 2. This would land up with giving me x squared positive x positive 1. Now what is on the left hand side? On the left hand side I got t. Okay, on the left hand side I have got t. So let me also get the other value for negative side. So this is t is equal to 2 times x squared positive 1. That's going to be negative of 2x positive 1 divided by 2, which is equal to 2 times x squared positive 1 negative 2x negative 1 divided by 2, negative 2x positive 1 negative 1 gets cancelled, divided by 2, giving me x squared negative x. Okay, so you got two values here for t. This is value 1, this is value 2. But what did we take? T is equal to 4. So this would mean my 1 is going to be rewritten as 4 is equal to x squared positive x positive 1. If I were to move this positive 4 to the other side, this would give me x squared positive x negative 3 is equal to 0. So I've got an equation here. Now if I were to solve this, let me simplify this first. So this is going to be x is equal to, so now clearly you can see this is a variable, or this is a system in x. It's a quadratic system. It can be easily solvable. So it's going to be negative 1 plus or minus root of 1 negative 4 times a times my c is negative 3 divided by 2. So this is going to be negative 1 plus or minus root of 1. 4 times 3 is 12, there's a positive sign. So this is going to give me 13 there, divided by 2. So I've got two roots here. So let me write that. x1 is equal to negative 1 positive root of 13 divided by 2, and x2 is equal to negative 1 negative root of 13 divided by 2. So two roots are there. Now let me just consider 2. Consider 2. So I've got t is equal to x squared negative x. Now t is equal to 4. So this would mean 4 is equal to x squared negative x. Move this 4 to the other side. This in turn would give me x squared negative x negative 4 is equal to 0. And as I mentioned to you, this is a quadratic in x. So using quadratic formula, I would get x is equal to 1 plus or minus root of 1 negative 4 times a times c is negative 4 divided by 2. This is going to be 1 plus or minus root of 1 negative negative positive, 4 4s are 16, right, divided by 2. So this is going to give me two roots here. So this is x1 x2. So let me start off with x3. x3 is equal to 1 plus root of 17 divided by 2 and x4 is 1 negative root of 17 divided by 2, right? So if I were to mark these roots, I've got root here, root here, root here, root here. So this is a beautiful question. Thank you everybody.